Welcome to Hustle and Glow, the podcast where we keep it real, keep it fun, and keep you empowered.
We're your hosts, Lauren and Chloe, bringing you raw, unfiltered conversations about fitness, nutrition, wellness, motherhood, marriage, entrepreneurship, and all the things that make life beautifully messy.
Now we know life isn't always easy, but guess what? You're not alone. We all go through tough shit, but we refuse to let it drag us down.
So grab your coffee, wine, or protein shake, and let's glow through what we gotta go through together.
Yeah.
All right, so welcome back to another episode of Hustle and Glow with Lauren and
Chloe.
Yeah, love that. Oh my God, we just came up with that too.
Yep.
Yeah, we're the best. Today we're going to be talking about nutrition myths and why you need to ditch them. So there are so many myths about nutrition and eating right. But today we're going to talk about 5.
This gets me pumped up.
Yeah.
This subject. I'm very passionate about this.
Me too. And I think we're gonna kind of debunk some of these 5 myths, give our thoughts and our feelings, and share a little bit about our personal experiences as well. We want to empower you guys. We want to empower you guys to have practical ways to live a healthy life and not have to worry about the fad diets or the cleanses or any other kind of bullshit.
Don't live in fear, right?
Right. Live your life, enjoy your life. Be as healthy as you can be, but don't hold yourself to such strict standards.
Yeah.
Because when you do, that's when it's a diet and it's a fad. And at the end of the day, you're going to gain weight back or you're going to fall off the wagon. And so we just want to help prevent that from happening.
Remember, what am I living for? Am I living to suffer or am I living to enjoy?
Oh, I love that.
What would you prefer to do?
I mean, I live my life to enjoy. That's for sure. So let's talk about the first one. The first one is carbs are bad for you. I want to hear your take on it, and then I'll give you mine.
Well, absolutely not. They're not bad for you. Carbs are essential to build muscle, complex carbs. I mean, when I was on my bodybuilding prep, my diet consisted of, oatmeal. Was it measured? Yes, but yes, I ate carbs. Oatmeal, and then I would have rice, sweet potato, with every meal. And it is absolutely necessary because if you don't, then your body's not going to be stabilized. You're going to faint. You're not going to perform well, and you absolutely won't be able to gain the muscle and the strength that your well-oiled machine needs to run.
Yeah, I have a nutrition client, and when I first started working with her, she told me, I've been cutting my carbs, and I was like, wait, girl, I've known her for a couple years. I'm like, are you still running 5 miles a day? She's like, yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, well, how do you feel after? She's like, I'm exhausted. I go to bed at 7 o'clock. I'm like, yeah, because you need carbs. You're exercising so much that you need the carbs, right? So she did start adding the clean carbs, but real quick, because you are the Chef Chloe expert of food, can you just quickly, for our listeners who don't know the difference between a simple carb and a complex carb, what they are?
Yeah, so a complex carb is going to be like your sweet potato, your rice, your brown rice, your golden or russet potato. These are the kinds of carbs that your body needs best to run on energy, right? They break down to a molecular level to benefit your body. When you have carbs like bread, starchy,
specifically white bread.
Yeah, starchy things like that is going to break down more to, make you crave other foods like that, and B, have a tendency to gain weight or, gain fat.
Yeah.
Right? Gain the fat. So I think it's essential to satiate your palate with those complex carbs. I mean, sweet potato is amazing. You can do
love
some
sweet
awesome,
potato.
add a little cinnamon, come on.
Girl.
But if you're going to cut carbs, then cut it in the way we're really talking about doing it. Like that's what you're supposed to do if you're trying to cut, which is actually measure it, right? Don't cut it out. Cut the intake you're having, because when you're looking at the serving size of something, like for example, I would typically make myself a whole plate of spaghetti and enjoy it, and then I'm like, oh, I
Yeah,
ate
then
too
you feel
much.
so gross.
And then the other day, I made some of my famous spaghetti for Braden, and because I am on a strategic deficit at the moment, I thought, okay, so I can track this properly, I'm going to do the actual serving size, right? So I sent you a video of it. It was me being very neurotic looking, but I wanted to see what it looked like. So I put that, I think it was like 2 ounces of noodles is the serving size. And then I put lots of sauce on top of it. You know, had lots of good veggies and protein in there. And I sent you a picture. And I mean, to be honest, I was satiated from that. Like, I thought, oh, this is a baby size, but it was actually really good. It was filling. And, you know, I hit all my goals that day. And I was happy that I was able to have everything I wanted to eat. Like, I eat well. Even though I'm on a strategic cut, I have a very robust, balanced diet. That's the key word, balance. If you're taking something out completely, then the scales are, you know, up in the air, right? So just like your mom always says, have all your colors on your plate. You have your protein. Yeah, exactly. So I would say it's absolutely essential. Another thing that I would like to add, though, is there are going to be times in life you want to enjoy those carbs that are not the best for you, right?
Right.
Like a donut or a croissant. I love those things, okay? Like, they bring me joy. But something that I would advise to do with it is have a protein to pair with it.
Okay.
Right? Maybe some eggs, maybe a Greek yogurt, because your body is going to respond much better to that combination than just running off like a dirty cheat meal.
Yeah.
Right?
The way that we eat, so I really don't even eat many carbs during the day usually. My carbs I have at dinner. So I'll have my serving at dinner. I think you're supposed to have like maybe 2 to 3 servings of carbs per day. 3 to 4.
So I have carbs with about every meal.
Yeah, little something.
I mean, that snack I just had was a banana and a yogurt.
Right.
There's no like rice or potato with it, but the banana
has sugars in it.
is technically a carb.
Yeah.
So yeah, I eat it frequently, but I kind of need it.
Okay,
That's
maybe
that's me.
I mean, I have my overnight oats, so the oats are my carbs as well. But I typically like to load up on protein first thing in the morning. So I put a scoop of protein in my coffee, and then I have a scoop of protein in my spinach smoothie, which I guess my spinach smoothie is also carbs because it has pineapple, it has banana, it has blueberries in it. So they're all carbs as well.
And that's a great way to fill up on carbs as well, because that's going to give you so much energy too.
Exactly. And typically my exercise routine, I work out first thing in the morning. So it'll be like 6:30 in the morning is my workout. And then that's when, after my workout, I have my smoothie with my additional scoop of protein. So typically I have like at least 40 grams of protein before even lunch.
That's definitely more than me. So for, everybody's different, right? Everybody needs different things. You obviously do that because you work out very early in the morning, right? So your diet plan would not work for just anyone, and same with mine. Like in the morning, I have my 1/3 cup of oatmeal or sprouted bread. Sprouted grain toast with butter, and then I'll have 2 eggs. That's not a lot of protein, right? Because I work out midday. I typically work out late morning to midday. So how my energy is dispersed is a little bit different. I'm running on that like caffeine high, keeping it light till I get in there. And then I eat a nice big meal after. To replenish and fill my muscle bellies, right?
Right. Okay. Well, let's talk about our second myth.
Okay.
Second myth. You shouldn't eat after 7 p.m. at night.
That's some bullshit. It doesn't matter. What does matter is, what is your goal, right? Are you trying to gain weight or lose weight or maintain, right? If you eat more calories than you are burning, you're going to gain weight. Right? It's a simple equation. So does the time of the day matter? Absolutely not. It's just how many calories did you consume in that day? How do you do this consistently? Like, what's the majority? What is your calorie intake for the week? Are you at a maintenance, surplus, or deficit? That's what matters.
Yeah.
So, no, your stomach doesn't keep time. Like, time is a construct.
Right, your body is always burning. Your body is always metabolizing, right?
Yeah.
So even if you ate, like, say, my bedtime's 9:30. If I had a little snack at 9 o'clock, I go to bed at 9:30. My body still has, I wake up at 5:30. My body still has 8 hours to burn that food, right? Or burn whatever is in my body.
And that's such a blanket statement because think about how many people have like graveyard shifts, or just different kinds of schedules. They wake up like at 11 and go to bed at 2. Like, this does not apply to everybody.
Right.
So there's no way it could be true.
Yeah, I think it's more so about quantity and what you're eating.
The quality of it.
Right, and what you're eating. So I think it goes back to what we were talking about in the beginning, not doing the refined sugars, the processed carbs, the saturated fats, and focus on whole foods and things that are really truly nutritious for your body, that your body needs and craves, right?
One thing that I will say, Steve did teach me about, because he's a fitness expert too, is if you are going to go for a late night snack, or not late night snack, but for bed snack, then don't be doing all carbs, right? I remember one time I was like making some like oatmeal because I was craving like a cookie, right?
Okay.
So I was putting Splenda and cinnamon, and he's like, that's not the best snack. Like, same with fruit. You shouldn't really eat fruit at night. That's a carb, right? You should eat more proteins and fats. And funny enough, if you eat cheese before bed, it's supposed to give you wild dreams.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I already have really wild dreams. I don't know if I want more wild dreams.
Well, you're dairy free, so you'll never know.
Yeah. Can I eat vegan cheese? Is that going to give me wild dreams?
I don't think so.
Okay, so
it's got to be something in the milk protein, I'm sure.
Okay.
Not the plant protein.
Have you tried out this theory?
I have eaten cheese before bed many times. I don't remember the dream. I don't remember. So it could be just another myth. Let's try it. I'm going to have some cheese before bed tonight, and I'll report next time.
Okay, cool. It's so funny. Mike and I were just talking recently because, everyone knows, I do have a pretty restrictive diet. I don't find it restrictive. I have IBS, and so I've found the things that affect my digestion, right? And so I eliminate them from my diet. But so we don't eat gluten, dairy, or red meat or pork for the most part, with the exception of bison. We do eat bison, which I guess could be
that
arguably
is red meat, yeah. But it's cleaner.
But it's leaner for
cleaner
sure.
and leaner.
Yeah. So, but anyway, but Mike and I were just talking about recently about probably about, oh my gosh, it was probably like about 8 years ago or so, 7 or 8 years ago, and before we did all this clean eating stuff, and we went to a concert or something, and I was so drunk when we got home. I ate an entire block of cheddar cheese. Like, in my drunken stupor, ate the entire block of cheddar cheese, and let me tell you, the next day I was so ill.
Aww.
And I was like, how did that happen?
Did you just like take chunks, like bites out of it?
It was like
or
pre-sliced.
slice it?
It was pre-sliced.
Oh, wow.
So we had like crackers, I think. I don't even know if I used crackers, but I know for damn sure I ate that entire block of cheddar cheese.
All by yourself?
Mostly, yes. I mean, we had our friends over, but I'm pretty sure I ate most of it myself. It's pretty gross.
It's definitely something I would have done too.
Yeah.
I love cheese.
Yeah. And now, like we were talking about recently, like now, you know, we do drink, but we no longer snack when we drink. Like that's one of the biggest things with drinking, right? You're already consuming all these extra calories, extra sugars, extra carbs with drinking alcohol. No matter what type of alcohol you're drinking, it's additional calories. And then a lot of times people will snack when they drink, right? And like, that's when it gets you.
That's a tough one. You got to try and eat before you go out to drink.
Yeah.
Right? So you're filled up. But of course there's going to be times where you just need to eat, you know, and you're out drinking, and that's just part of life. You need to be adaptable, right?
Yeah.
It's not, you just don't want to make a habit out of it.
Right.
The
All
world
right.
won't end.
You said the word habit. Let's talk about our next habit. Detox. Detox teas and cleanses to help you lose weight.
I certainly wish this would be like outlawed.
Yeah.
I think it's a crying shame how many people are, you know, just bought into these detox teas, these weight loss teas. When I was in my 20s, I obviously cooking everything that I did, you know, with the pastries and the butter and blah, 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 I gained some weight. So this was before my fitness journey. So I was looking for a way to do it because I hate cardio. I didn't know much about weightlifting and all of that then. I thought that it was to suffer to work out.
Yeah.
And so I went to Marshall's one day and I saw this detox tea, and it had no effect on me at all. I drank the whole box. You'll see the marketing on these boxes, and you'll if you know the legal jargon, they're not allowed to say that it absolutely will do something.
Right.
They cannot promise. They will say supports weight loss,
Right.
supports
a
healthy lifestyle, right? And sure, I'm gonna support you to tell you to not do drugs, but it doesn't mean I'm making sure you're not doing drugs.
Right.
Like,
or
I don't
you're
know.
helping me to get off of drugs if I were on drugs.
Right, exactly. I mean, a lot of them say, you know, should be done in tandem with healthy diet and exercise. If you just do those two things, you'll get the results that you want. But no, nothing is going to cleanse, detox you. Your body naturally does that.
Right. That's what your kidneys and your liver are for. You
can go in a sauna, you know, and
sweat.
That's good. So you sweat it out. But that's only really expediting the process.
Yeah.
So no, I don't believe in that. And I also, while we're on it, the procedures like the cool sculpting.
Oh yeah.
Right.
The freezing of the fat cells.
Freezing or the melting of the fat
I
cells.
saw one the other day and it was like a suction cup and you like suck your fat out and then it's supposed to do like infrared or like.
So where's it going?
I don't know.
It's just disappearing, right?
They say that it like dissolves the fat cells and then your body absorbs and then you basically, I guess you're supposed to poop them out or something. I don't know. This is some sci-fi shit.
Right, but like if that was a thing, then everybody would be doing it, and it would like be on the news as FDA approved and you know endorsed.
Yeah,
it's not. So,
it's sold on Instagram.
Here's my feeling about the cool sculpting stuff, right? So they're freezing the fat cells, right? Okay, so basically they're making that area very, very cold. So it's going to make you firm, right?
Contract your cells.
Correct. So it's going to go right back to normal once your body is back at normal temperature, right? So it's only temporarily giving you the illusion of that. And then for you to burn fat cells away, it would have to be way beyond what the human skin could take.
Yeah.
You know, I remember working in the medical industry and some guy came around with some apparatus and I'm challenging him to tell me the science behind
Right.
how it is like burning the fat cells away without injuring your skin.
Yeah.
And I could just tell this medical rep was getting really frustrated with me. I had the same problem in Catholic school. Just, I'm digging, I want to know.
Yeah.
So, anyway, enough about that. On to the next myth.
Well, I just want to, one more thing with the detoxes. I think a lot of times these detoxes, like I used to do this ballerina tea, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
it would it would make me crap excessively. Like I would be shitting all day, right? But the thing is it's flushing everything out of your system.
Mm.
And we have good bacteria and bad bacteria and, you know, lots of shit inside of our bodies, whatever,
Yeah.
but like if you're flushing everything out, you're getting that good bacteria out too. So at the end of the day, it's really messing up your equilibrium of your microbiome.
Absolutely.
And then you're having more GI issues, you know, the IBS kicks in, all of that, because you don't have the good gut bacteria.
Which reminds me, we'll have to do a whole episode about that. And I have the perfect guest I want to invite. Alex, if you're listening, I want you on the show. She is a microbiome expert.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would love to hear that because I feel like I've struggled so much in my life with IBS, constipation, you know, hormonal changes now that I'm in my 40s and things are getting a little wonky. I finally now, I think I have more of a handle on it. I actually made a friend recently who works at a wellness clinic. Shout out to Allison Kale, who owns the Confidence Clinic. But she actually had me do a stool test. And when we reevaluated the stool test, she was like, oh, girl, you're all banged up, you know? But she gave me some probiotics that I should be taking. Like, she recommended probiotics, recommended some supplements, and they have helped me immensely.
The aliens are looking down on us thinking they're finally figuring it out.
That's such a funny, like, I'm literally just, I kind of want to, like, so our studio that we're in is the Elite Podcast Studio. It's in Odessa, Florida. It actually is part of a bigger company called Ultimate 3D Printing. But in the lobby, there's like 2 aliens, right, that are sitting there. They're 3D printed aliens. And I was like, I kind of just want to go grab an alien right now. But
Special guest.
Anyway.
First special guest.
on to number 4.
What is it?
You have to eat clean 100% of the time in order to be healthy. Go for it.
Healthy or happy and healthy?
Yeah, right?
I mean, it's 80-20 rule. So, no, I don't believe that. Also, I think that to be adaptable, not just enjoy life, but to be adaptable, you should, you know, periodically expose yourself to things that are out of your comfort zone, right? And if not, then your body's going to react violently if you are put in the position where that's all you have to eat.
Yeah.
You know? Also, you don't want to make a pariah out of yourself. Like if you are at a social event, you know, yes, you're going to make your best effort, but if there's only so much to eat, are you going to starve yourself or nourish yourself with a little something that's there, right? Like, don't suffer in vain.
Right.
You know, like, of course, that we can take measures to prepare to eat ahead, but life brings us a lot of unexpected
Especially when you're going to
things.
events or you're traveling for
Yeah.
business or you know, whatever it may be. Like recently I was traveling for business and I don't eat dairy, I don't eat gluten, I don't eat red meat, right? So we go to breakfast at the resort and there was no gluten-free options, there was no dairy-free options. So I did the best that I could, right? So I ordered 2 eggs, I had some hash browns, and I had a cup of fruit. Got the eggs, put the first bite in my mouth, and I was like, these are cooked in butter.
Oh, no.
I don't eat butter. And the worst part is that, you know, when you're on a business trip, you're going into a meeting, right? You're going in to give a seminar. You're going in to be in front of a lot of people, and the last thing that you want is to feel bloated, to have diarrhea, or whatever it is, right? So I was a little bit nervous, but at the end of the day, I was like, I need to nourish my body. I need this food. So I ate those damn eggs.
That's a great example, Lauren.
Yeah, thank you.
Proud of you.
Thank you. Another big thing with me too, because I would say my life for the most part is 90-10. Maybe 80-20 because of the wine that I drink.
I think that
my
definitely
wine
tips the scale back.
Yeah, but I think with the 90-10, it's like sometimes one of my indulgences, and you're probably going to laugh about this, but I love these coconut rolls. So they're basically like tapioca and coconut flour. So they are gluten-free, they are dairy-free. They're actually pretty low sugar too, but they're so damn good. And as long as you have a serving size, like a serving is actually 7 rolls. So typically I only have like 3. But I love that as like a sweet little treat. It's really the only sweet treat I indulge in. But also going to like we go to a lot of concerts, we go to a lot of festivals and street fairs and different things like that where there will be food trucks. Well, you don't know what they're cooking that food in a lot of times, but if you're starving and you need to eat, like either, number one, I'll pack protein bars or things like that, but if I really need to eat, like if I have a couple French fries, it's not the end of the world.
That's right. And I think that we can tend to be more uptight when we're very rigid. And it's important to let go, right?
Gosh, yeah. I think when I was younger, when I was growing up, I definitely had a slight eating disorder, and I fell into, counting every gram of fat I was eating, and my mind was just so focused on control, right? And it started when I was 12 years old, and it went through probably my early 20s. But up and down. I went in waves with it, but there was points I remember in high school I was so thin and I was counting everything that I ate, but I still thought I was fat, and I still felt out of control, and I still felt like I was spiraling all the time. And then I would binge sometimes, and like that's kind of what happens. That's not healthy. And just because I was thin doesn't mean I was healthy either. That's another thing.
Right.
That's a whole other episode.
I feel that when you become so neurotic and obsessive over these things, your brain is using so much energy fighting these battles that it's almost like you're in survival mode and you're not able to create, right, and expand in other parts of your life.
Yeah.
And your relationships can suffer, right? Your work can suffer. I think that, having a well-balanced diet, having those good habits, the consistency will definitely set you up to be successful because your mind will be running, properly, running off the best fuel. But definitely, don't be living in fear.
Yeah.
Enjoy.
Right. Or be a control freak, and because a lot of times it spills over into other areas of your life as well, and you can't always control what's going on in your life. Right?
I can attest to that. Obviously having to be so regimented when I was prepping for my first show, I wanted to make sure that Brayden was getting a good overview of what was healthy and not healthy, while still not shaming her or letting my insecurities project onto her, right? Because she's a kid, she should be able to enjoy, ice cream and things like that.
Yeah.
But I also believe it's good for her at a young age to understand about self-control, consider what's healthy, what's not, right? So it's a very gentle balance. I think that we're always trying to keep it in check, as conscious individuals. But I would say we have a good handle on it by now.
80-20 is the key. That's
80-20.
the key tip, I think. Let's move on to number 5. Number 5. Healthy eating is too expensive.
So
bullshit.
I would say there's definitely a population that unfortunately don't have access to supermarkets close to them, you know, maybe they have to stock up on frozen things, right? Which can be harder to find, you know, fresh ingredients, right? Because fresh is always better than frozen. But with that, you know, set apart, I would have to say that it's not more expensive because vegetables are not inexpensive. I know the cost of eggs is going up, but it's still not that expensive, right? It, if you do the simple math of what you spend in groceries per week versus if you were to eat out every week,
Even if it's fast food.
yeah, it definitely outweighs the cost. I think a lot of the population can tend to be lazy. They want instant gratification.
Yes.
They want to see instant results. Oh, okay, not working. Gonna go path least of resistance, right?
Yeah.
So I think that it's a cycle. It all starts with childhood, right? You're at a disadvantage if your parents didn't teach you those things. You're at a disadvantage if you are not in a proximity to fresh produce, right? Like I go to Aldi and I save a lot of money shopping at Aldi when I don't need like extra things I can't buy there. You know, I can go to Walmart. I'm not ashamed to say that I shop there. I find plenty of fresh things. You don't have to buy organic. It's still better than buying junk food.
Yeah. One thing I will say I slightly disagree with you on is the frozen stuff, because I think if you buy flash frozen vegetables that you can easily reheat, as long as they're not in like the sauces, the butter sauces, the cheese sauces.
I agree with you.
All of that stuff. But if it's a flash frozen fresh vegetable, it has just as much nutrients as a fresh one, I think. Or, I mean, it's definitely above and beyond better than the alternative of eating fast food or or going to a restaurant that's the food's laden with saturated fat and sodium that you don't even know is in that food.
I agree with you. There's definitely flash frozen vegetables. I just think that people will gravitate to typically buy the ones with the sauces and the preservatives in there, you know. But yeah, if you have the right education and guidance, which is out there, almost everybody has access to the internet, right?
For us, at least.
Yeah, hopefully. If you want to do better, if you want to learn better, then simply put in your circumstances into like ChatGPT and it's going to give you a solution, right?
Yeah.
Be solutions driven. Don't be stuck.
Another thing I do want to add on to this too, and we've talked about this before, is just because something is labeled as healthy, it doesn't mean you can eat an unlimited amount of it, right? So we talk about eating our whole grains and eating our, you know, fresh vegetables and things like that, but at the end of the day, like a banana is 120 calories in a banana, right? If you eat 5 bananas, that's 600 calories. So you could say, yeah, a banana's healthy, but when you eat 5 of them, that's 600 calories. If you have a 2,000 calorie a day diet, that's a third of your daily consumption.
Yep. And being conscious of what you're eating, how much you're eating of it. Like Steve had a client that says, I'm thinking about going off plan, but I want to have a healthy snack. Can I have an apple and peanut butter tonight? And he's like, no. Because, you know, this is a serving size. This is what you're trying to do here, right?
What was his recommendation instead?
A yogurt, a Greek yogurt with a teaspoon of peanut butter. I think it's 1 or 2 teaspoons is the serving size. You don't get very far with that.
Yeah.
Or PB Fit. That's another alternative.
I love PB Fit. Love it.
So that's a better, healthier snack. Remember what we were talking about with the carbs at night? Apple, obviously.
It has carbs.
Yeah.
And peanut butter has carbs. I mean, it's healthy fats too.
It's a healthy food, but people don't stick to the portion size.
Also, different peanut butters have different nutritional values, right? So if you're buying like a Jiffy versus an all natural, like straight, just like peanut paste.
Teddy's is my favorite.
Or PB Fit, which is dehydrated peanuts ground up. Take the fat out. I always add water to it, or I'll put it in like a smoothie, you know.
Yeah.
Too, so.
Yeah. Well, I want to hear from our listeners what their favorite evening healthy snack is.
Okay.
And if anybody else gets crazy dreams from cheese.
That's, yeah. I mean, I definitely want to hear about that too. So I think we could probably do like a whole blog series on like healthy snacks and what you're eating and what you can sub this for that. Like that kind
I
of
love
stuff.
that. We should definitely do that.
Yeah.
And then people can be listening to us while they're making their grocery list.
Okay, so listen, here's some just like very key takeaways for you guys of what we just talked about. You want to look at your total calorie intake, right? So you're not worried about, just look at your portion size, okay? It's not about the time of day that you eat or anything like that. Consistency is key. Consistency, portion control, looking at your eating patterns, your habits, your cravings. When are you having your cravings? That kind of stuff. Food quality, so you can eat healthy food on a budget. You don't have to eat like the fried taquitos or whatever they are. I don't even know.
Get some frozen salmon, some frozen veggies.
Yeah. Okay, really quick. I was wrapping it up. I just got to say this. So we buy all of our seafood at Sam's Club. It's, what's the word? Wild caught seafood, flash frozen. It's fantastic. And that's what we eat. And it's affordable because it's from Sam's Club. We're buying it in bulk. So, like, that's just another idea for, like, a frozen food that would be really healthy. But the key also is just to enjoy your life. And 80-20.
Yeah, what are your goals? What are you living for?
Yeah. All right. Well, you have your homework. Tell us what your snack hacks are. And if you eat that cheese and what kind of dreams you're having.
See you next time. Bye, guys.
Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of Hustle and Glow. If you love what you heard, make sure to hit subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with the women that you love.
And don't forget to connect with us on Instagram. We love hearing your stories, questions, and wins. You can find our Instagram handles in the information.
Now, keep hustling, keep glowing, and remember, you are strong, you are capable, and you are never alone.
Until next time, stay fierce and fabulous.